let's get this live going. TikTok as well. Go live. Bingo. Bingo, bingo. Right, there we go. We're on. We're in. Good morning. Let's get me lights on. All day. Best assistant manager this week. Do you know what? That's a good question because I haven't really looked too much into it. Let's have a little look at the predicted points for this week. I mean, Spurs is coming up there. Ignore that. Do not pick Postecoglou. Amarin, Slot, Maresca, Moyes, Potter. Is Potter's fixture a table bonus? If it is, that could be decent against Brighton. But I'll leave that on for just a second for you, mate. Captain Salah or Isaac? I'm on Salah this week. Salah's my guy. I think it's a pretty close call between the two, but I'm on Salah. Thinking Thomas Frank. Yeah, I don't mind that shout, to be fair. It's just you think they're going to beat Forest. Because it's hard to beat Forest. It really is. Best defender from Nottingham Forest. I like Milenkovic or Nico Williams. They're the ones I would go for. I've delayed a week of getting a Forest defender because I've had to go Wolves this week just to free up a bit of money to get Mbuemo. Raul or Evan Nielsen. I would go... Well, if you're not on a free hit, I would go Evan Nielsen. Just because that slight chance he doubles in 36, but it is slim. Raul, though, is a good shout against a really poor side, and of course Muniz is going to be out for this fixture, it seems. Yeah, his minutes should be decent. No, ain't Nori? No. Couldn't afford him and Mbuemo. Pereira, assistant manager. Yeah. I mean, a few goals in there potentially in that fixture. So I don't mind that shout. No sounds detected. Why is my thing doing this? No Fulham? No. No Fulham. Not for me. Cunha or Isaac? Isaac. Definitely. For like people on free hit and stuff this week, and just like transfers in general, I don't like Cunha that much. I really don't. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't seem. I don't know, that there's too much upside to it. I just think his minutes are going to tank like massive. Matoma as a punt, guaranteed with Ruda and Pedro out. You could do that against West Ham. I think going against Wan-Bissaka in a 1v1 is going to be always quite difficult. Strand Larson could be a better one, to be fair. Yeah, I don't mind Strand Larson. I do think he's a good player as well. Obviously, Fulham have been doing really well. Which team would you double up in defence? There you go, it's on my team. Trippier, Pope, double Newcastle defence, I think, picks itself, really. Fulham, not very good at keeping clean sheets. Southampton, looking a little bit better since getting relegated for some reason. You got Leicester at home for Wolves. Wolves not very great at keeping clean sheets either, although have looked a lot better since I think April time. But yeah, I'm not too keen on double any other defence other than Newcastle this week. Obviously, if you're not too keen, go somewhere else. But yeah, not feeling it too much. What app are you on? A website? This is Fantasy Football Hub. I took a -12 blank game week though, so I'll make points back. 113k overall. Captain Cunha? No, I wouldn't captain Cunha. It's called Soccer. Nice one, buddy. Go back to school. Yeah, on your -12 JPOV, it's an interesting one because it's obviously a blank game week. If your -12 is taking you to players who, later down the line, towards the end of the season, are going to improve your team, I don't really mind taking hits this week. I'm staying away from them personally, but then again, I've got a full 11, so I don't need any further. Will Arnold start? I would guess yes. To be honest, I would. Who'd you pick on assistant manager? I'd go Wolves. I would go... Yeah, I think I like Wolves the best. Just because the amount of goals that could be scored. Had Evan Nielsen all week, but tempted by Wood. What makes you want to change? Cunha, my captain. Good luck, Shafiq. You love a differential captain, bro, don't you? Salah or Isak? Salah for me this week for captain. Clivert or Bowen? I'd probably say this week Clivert. For the rest of the season, Bowen. Does the website cost money? It can do for some of the features, but I think you can use this page for free. You just don't get as much features. My rank's like 235,000. So not too bad, but not amazing. Bowen or Diaz long term? Bowen. Bowen is one of my favourite players going into the end of the season, same as Mbeumo. Should I spend points? I've only got 8 players. Do you not have any free transfers, Max? Bench 1, Mbeumo, Clivert, Diaz. Oh, God. Bench on one of them's annoying. Oh. probably Clivert, but Man United seem awful. Yeah, that's too hard, I'm not going to lie. Clivert is probably the one I'd go for, just because I like Mbeumo so much. But Mbeumo has got Forest away from home. If I'm being unbiased, I'll say Mbeumo. There you go. Best captain options: Isak, Salah. That's pretty much it. No one else really tickles my fancy. Not even Cunha, really. Depends if Cunha starts. I don't even know what's going to happen with him this week, you know. Thoughts on Ryan Sessegnon transfer in? Expect him to come off a little bit earlier, I reckon, because Harry Wilson and Traore will be sitting there desperate to come on. I do think Ryan Sessegnon will start, though, so if you think he'll get past 60 minutes, I'll probably go for him. What about Fulham differentials? I think all Fulham players are differentials because no one owns them, so if you want to go that way, you absolutely can. Should I captain Barnes or Isak? Isak. How have you not got a Newcastle midfielder? Because I've got double Newcastle defence and Isak, so I can't have any more than 3 players, Scott. Isak captain? Not for me, Toby. Isak or Salah? Salah. No Isak captain? No. No, I don't. Why? I just like Salah a lot better. I don't know what it is. I think Salah to win the league this weekend at Anfield against Spurs at home, very good fixture. You know, I'm feeling it. I think Welbeck's a differential for those chasing in your mini leagues. I would agree. I would absolutely agree. I like owning Welbeck as well. Is ain't Nori worth -4? Depends who you're taking out. Could be worth it if you're looking to have him for the rest of the season, but his fixtures aren't great for the rest of the season. Because if we look at Wolves' fixtures, it's pretty much this week you're going to want to play him. Then the rest of the season you're probably going to sit on your bench. Unless you want to play him against like Brentford or something. Or Brighton, sorry. Taking out Rico Lewis. Probably a good idea. What shall I do if I don't have any chips and free transfers? Pray. There's not much you can do apart from take hits, man. Like, something you could do. But, you know, yeah. But you can't really do much about that. Why Semenyo over Clivert? Because I picked him on my game week 30 wildcards and he has stayed ever since. What's your rank? 235,000. We're pushing up though. Why Salah over Isak? I think he'll do better this week. Dunker's a horror pick. Yeah, I picked him on a game week 30 wildcard to kind of sit on the bench. And it's not been great when he has featured. So, yeah, been shocking, mate. He's been absolutely shocking. How many people are on a free hit this week? In chat, how many people are on free hit? What flavour's that? Ooh. Ewan in the chat, how you doing, bro? Russ says Captain Salah or Isak. For me, Salah this week. If you're feeling a bit of sort of differential this week, Isak's probably decent to go for. I don't think there's much to separate them. I just think Salah's going to score more points and that's what it is for captaincy. So a Wobie or Palmer. Depends if you're on a free hit or not. If you are, probably a Wobie. If not, I'd just stick with Palmer. You can always ship them out later for Saka or something, can't you? But yeah, it depends if you're on a free hit. Murphy or Diaz free hit? Ooh. I'd say Diaz. I feel as though with Murphy, it's a difficult one to call because Gordon's now back. Barnes is playing out of his skin. And when they do make early subs, it seems like Murphy comes off and Barnes goes over to the right. So, minutes might be a little bit off for Murphy this week, but I don't think he's a bad pick whatsoever. Raul or Cunha? I'd go Raul. I don't know what's going to happen with Cunha. I really don't know what's going to happen with him. I just don't feel like his minutes are going to be amazing. Obviously, he's the best player and they're probably going to want to play him, but if he's not around next season, why? Why would you bother? Barnes or Diaz free hit? Diaz, I think I'd go for. The problem with Newcastle now is Gordon's back and he's going to want to start at some point. Is this not the best fixture for him to start because it's Ipswich at home? It's hard to say. Barnes or Murphy? I think Murphy out of the two I'd probably go for. Just in the sort of, off chance that Gordon does start on that left hand side, sorry. Because then Barnes could easily get a start on that right side. Raul or Evan Nielsen? On a free hit, if you've got free hit, I'd probably go Raul. If not, I'd go Evan Nielsen with the chance of a game week 36 double. It's very unlikely, but I think you've got to try it. Yeah, if you're on free hit, let me know when you ask questions if you can, guys, because it kind of varies in different ways if you're on a free hit and not for what transfers you obviously make. Let's have a little look at some predicted lineups. They're going to be important. Obviously, Villa and Arsenal, no game this week. No changes to Bournemouth's lineup, it seems. Pretty similar team. I mean, Brentford's lineup never changes, really, does it? So, yeah, there's no expected changes in that lineup, but obviously for Brighton, for those who are looking for a bit of a differential, Welbeck could be a really nice shout. Really nice shout. I've seen a lot of people go Cole Palmer on their free hits. No one really has spoke about Nicholas Jackson up front for that kind of third spot. Is Bellegarde going to start? I would suggest maybe no, but we'll have a look at sort of press conference quotes and see what sort of Fantasy Football Hub think. They don't think Bellegarde will start, but obviously we've had quotes. They worked yesterday with the team, and I believe they can help. Yeah, it's tough to call what's going to happen with that position there. It really is. What site are you looking at? Fantasy Football Hub. Saul. I've just combined Salah and Raul. I say Saul. What is wrong with me? Salah or Raul for captain? Salah. Is Mbeumo a good pick? And differentials instead. Mbeumo is a good pick. Differentials instead, I don't know what you're talking about. If you're on about instead of Mbeumo, it depends on your chip strategy. What site are you looking at these 11? Fantasy Football Hub. You do have to pay for this. Obviously, I'm a partner, so I can just do what I want with it. But there you go. There's a few different lineups. If you need to see a lineup and you want to kind of look at something, let me know and I'll pull it on the screen for you. But yeah, just let me know. Can you look at Fulham? I can do. Let's have a look at that for you. Yeah, there's Fulham. He's at captain. Yeah, you could do. Don't think it's a bad shout whatsoever. Do you reckon Sessegnon actually starts? I think he starts. Do I think his minutes will be amazing? Not particularly. I just think having Harry Wilson and Traore as options to come off the bench, yeah, Sessegnon can really come off at like the 60th minute for me. Free hit this week. Current midfield is Salah, Diaz, and Mbeumo. Barnes, good or bad? Good. I like that midfield. Is Shah an injury risk? Well, let me just find the quote for you. Sven has trained well this week. Great to see him back with the group and on grass. A really big step for him. Fabian, we hope, will be okay. That's all we got from the press conference. He is predicted to start on Fantasy Football Hub, so I think he'll be okay. I think it'll be him and Burn in the centre-back positions. Start Sessegnon or Robinson. If you have both of them in your team, I don't think you need both of them in your team, to be honest. I'd probably go Robinson over Sessegnon this week. What do you think about Trent starting or sub for Bradley? I think Trent will start, and I think he'll play a good chunk of minutes. Yo, Golfing Kid, how you doing, bro? Headphones on. Who is starting for Fulham midfield? Let's have a little look at the graphic I just pulled up. This is the predicted lineup for Fulham, for those who are interested. Obviously, Sessegnon's kind of the talking point this week. But yeah, I think I like Robinson better than Sessegnon as a defensive option. Even though he plays bloody right wing now. Is Barnes an option? I think he is an option because I think if there is a sub within the Newcastle forward line, it'll probably be Murphy off, Barnes onto the right, Gordon onto the left. So should I have Iwobi and Andreas? I don't like Andreas too much either. Do you think Iwobi would be a better shout than Barnes if I've already got two outfield Newcastle? I just don't really like Fulham attackers other than Raul, to be honest. Iwobi's attack and returns have been very sporadic, and sort of the manner he scores his goals or gets his assists are pretty fluky. So he's not... I think he's quite unreliable for that, but yeah. Sells, Pope, Leno, Pope. I don't know why, but apps are backing Muniz to score or have a big haul. Maybe then. Can you check Everton's lineup? Yes, I can do. There's Everton's lineup, mate. I'll give you my 15 players. You give me the 11 that should start. No, you pick your own team. If you've got any questions, though, do let me know. But definitely pick your own team. Takes all the fun out of the game if I do it for you, bro. Nah, but I'm here for any questions that anyone has, 100%. Is it smart to have Murphy and Barnes? Yeah, if you like the Newcastle forward line, you absolutely could do that. Absolutely no problem having double Newcastle in the midfield. It's when you start to include Gordon is when things get a bit murky. Sells Pope or Leno to buy on my wild card. On your wild card, I'd probably go... Would I go Pope on a wild card? I would find a sort of combined pair for goalkeeper. See you later, golfing kid. Captain Strand Larson. If you want to risk it, Ross, you could do, mate. It's a good fixture. Yeah, there's probably a good pairing of goalkeepers towards the end of the season. I mean, we can have a look at sort of the best pair, Nico. Forest, Everton. You could pair, someone who has a really good fixture this week and a potential double game week fixture goalkeeper as well. Who the captain, Isak or Strand Larson? Isak's more reliable than Strand Larson this week, I think. I've tripled on Wolves and tripled on Liverpool. Triple on Fulham, thoughts? I think double Fulham's more than enough. Yes, it's a great fixture, but, Southampton have looked a little bit better since they got relegated, which obviously makes no sense to me, but they have done. I just don't know if there's 3 Fulham players that I'd be desperate to have. Robinson and Raul's probably the extent of where I'd extend to Fulham assets this week. I don't know why, I'm just not feeling any of the midfielders. Shah, question mark. I think you'll play. But yeah, I'm not too sure on any Fulham midfielders. Areola, Kepa, Sells, Pope, wildcard. I think a combination of Areola and Pope is probably really good. Thoughts on double Wolves attack this week? Have double Fulham defence and triple Newcastle. Double Wolves attack, who would that be? Would that be Cunha and Strand Larson? Double up Cunha and Strand Larson. No, I don't like the double up on the forward line too much. I think you're denying yourself some good players. Like Evan Nielsen, I think's great. Raul, I think's great this week. Isak's obviously great this week. Southampton and Leicester got nothing to play for, both down, so I think it'll be goals galore. Southampton are playing better than they have done this season since they've been relegated. It makes no sense to me, but yeah, you absolutely target them fixtures. Absolutely go for it, but don't deny yourself other good picks. Opinions on Welbeck on a free hit and double Wolves defence. I like Welbeck on a free hit a lot. Double Wolves defence is more interesting. I'd if I was going to go any double defence on a free hit, it would be Newcastle. If you really like Wolves or Fulham double defence, it's a good enough fixture, for both of them to try it. Pope, Sells or Kepa? Pope. What's the best triple captain for the rest of the season? If you've got triple captain, I would honestly just wait for a double game week in 36. If it comes about and it's a good double, you could be looking at a pretty differential triple captain, considering everyone's probably played it earlier in the season anyway. Who would be the 4 teams to own in defence? No double ups. The 4 teams to own a defence, no double ups. Well, Fulham, Wolves, Newcastle, and then you go for one more team. Probably Liverpool. Pope or Sells, best ball keeper by no. That's a tough one, Nico. I'd go Sells. For the end of the season, I'd go Sells. Why does everyone back Palmer? I don't. I'm kind of stuck with him. I do think he'll do okay this week, though. Palmer the goalkeeper or Sells. Absolutely Sells. Absolutely Sells. Yeah, Sells or Pope's probably the best shout towards the end of the season now, I would say. What are the 3 must-haves for free hit? There are no must-have players. However, free hit, if you want a decent one, I would say includes Salah, Isak, and probably Nick Pope. What website is that? It's Fantasy Football Hub. It's their planning tool. Question on YouTube. I need to chase a big differential captaincy. Who should I go for? Cunha, Bruno, Murphy, Ain't Nori. Ooh. I'd probably look at a Newcastle midfielder. Orange Apples in the chat on YouTube. How you going, bro? Sells or Pope on wildcard. I'd probably go Sells. Audio is doubled, mate. Oh, please don't say that is. Hopefully that's fixed it. AB sent a rose. Thank you, brother. Thank you, mum. No, it's still doubled. Ugh. Hold on. We'll check on my phone. No, it's not doubled. No, it's sorted. I know it's sorted, yeah. That's good. Problem solved. Thank you for letting me know, though, guys. Yeah, I'm all good, Orange Apple, man. How are you, brother? How's your team, in fact? Sorry. That's what I was meant to ask. Is there still a big double game week to come? There is a potential double for game week 36. So that's really all we've got to the end of the season now. Cunha and Sessegnon or Raul and Semedo? Raul and Semedo. Palmer on free hit or nah? I mean, you could definitely just put Palmer in a free hit. There's so much money around on free hits. I think it's just good enough to have. Personally, I would like nobody to own him so I can keep him as a differential in my team. But I think he's a decent-ish option. Obviously, he's been crap. He's been absolutely crap recently, but if you want to go for him, I don't mind it. Take a -4 for one player. Depends who the player is, but you could do. And who would that be in 36? Let me show you this, brother. So, it's potentially going to be Forest, Wolves, Bournemouth, Man City, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, or Spurs. It depends who wins the FA Cup fixtures, though. Salah over Isak for captaincy? Yes, for me. Cunha, question mark? He could do, yeah. When do you think we'll know the 36 doubles? I mean, we should have an idea who's bound to double with the results of the FA Cup, but yeah, we won't know the confirmed date for the fixtures straight away. That leads to another blank, of course, in the week after of the double. Ain't Nori, Livramento, Robinson, Trippier, Kirkes, anyone you dislike from that defence? Not particularly, no. That's really great defence. Was maybe thinking Sessegnon over Robinson. You definitely could go that way, Orange Apple. But, like, I would just be cautious of Harry Wilson and Adama Traore, because I think they can easily take minutes off Ryan Sessegnon. Why are you going Salah over Isak captain? I think Salah scores more points in FPL this game week. Is the basis of my pick. Obviously, if you want to go into more detail on that, it's Anfield. They can win the league. Salah's had an amazing season. I think he's going to do well this game week. I did a -4 for Sarr to Barnes. Yep, don't mind that move. And Spurs stink. Correct, Ben. Spurs absolutely stink. Was maybe thinking, oh yeah, I've already read that, Orange Apple. Apologies. Where am I at? Fair, might go with Salah as well. Seems safer. It's a safer pick, yeah, but Isak's still not a bad option. Would you start Mbeumo over any of that defence? Ooh. I'd start Mbeumo over Kirkes this week. One Liverpool/Bournemouth defender or double Wolves, double Fulham. I'd go for a Liverpool defender. Bowen, Barnes, Semenyo or Kluivert. On a free hit or a wild card. If it's a wild card, I'd go Bowen. Yeah, Bowen to the end of the season now. I think it's a really good pick on a wild card this week. And if you're doing free transfers. Murphy and Isak or Pope and Isak. Pope and Isak for me. Orange Apple says, because I currently have Kirkes and Mbeumo benched. I have Diaz, Salah and Palmer as mid. What's the formation you're going with? Are you going with 4? How many you got at the back there? And then Raul, Cunha, Isak up front. Ah, okay. I get what you mean. It will be your Murphy. How would you get around the double game week and blank game week if you still have no chips left? Free transfers and planning ahead. I'm captaining Cunha. Is that a good shout? Yeah, you could go that way. I just don't know what his minutes going to be like. I don't know even if he starts. If I guess, I would say he does start but comes off early. It's just weird to think that they'll be willing, now they're safe in the Premier League, to play someone who's going to play for Manchester United probably next season. My system manager chip is blank today. Do I make a sub or will it continue next game week? Make a sub, it won't continue next game week. I mean, depends when you activated it, of course. But if you've not got anyone playing as your system manager chip today, definitely change it. Currently a 4-3-3, but open to change. I would look to maybe get a defender out there, Orange Apple, and sort of maybe chase a bit of a higher ceiling player. If you could have any player in the game captain this week, who would it be? Salah, Wissa or Cunha? Probably Cunha. You want a free hit? No. I am not on a free hit. Transfers only. We're surviving. Oh, legs itchy. Oh, my camera's gone funny. But yeah, double game week in 36. I'm going to be interested to see sort of what that looks like for my team, because I don't really know who's going to win. I hope Forest don't win, because I don't have Forest players. I do have my City boys. Yeah, a lot of people are on free hit this week. A lot of people. Obviously, the strategy of free hit this week was probably the way to go about things. Can I see Embuemo, Semenyo, Cliver, Murphy, Trippier expected points? Yeah, of course you can. We'll start at the top there. So Embuemo has 5 expected points this week. Semenyo, again, 5 expected points this week. See the list here. Cliver, 4.9 points, so very similar to the other two. Murphy, 4.8. And Trippier, 4.2. So it's really the midfielders of Embuemo, Semenyo, and Cliver who have pretty much the same expected points this week. Sessegnon, Nico Williams, Milenkovic, Kirkes, Robinson, Canate, House, Livermento, Virgil van Dijk, one to buy. Bloody hell. Gives all defenders in the game, Nico. On a wild card, one to buy for the end of the season, I would probably go Milenkovic for the end of the season on your wild card strategy. Andreas Pereira, midfield. Andreas is 3.7 and 3.4 for Montiz as well. Don't really know how to pronounce his name very well. So would you go Semenyo over Trippier / Livermento, and if so, who would you bench? I would have a double Newcastle defence, Orange Apple, definitely. I don't think Semenyo's a must-play this week, but I think he's decent. Kirkes or Trent. This week, I'd risk it and go Trent. Salah or Strand Larson. Salah? Cunha or Strand Larson? Strand Larson. I'm not doing team ratings because it's a deadline stream, but feel free to answer any questions that might help you with sort of your teammate. Can you sort all mids by expected points? We've got this screen, which will probably be better for this one. For this week only, this is sort of the expected points for people. This is the first page. If you see anyone else, let me know. Sel, Sessegnon, 8 Nori, Trent, Iwobi, Salah, Bowen, Luis Diaz, and Buemo, Cunha, Isaac. What change? Something. I'd probably get rid of Sessegnon. Castagna out for Sessegnon for a hit. Probably not. Probably not. For a hit, honestly, he's not predicted to play. I mean, he could do that. Do you hate Luis Diaz as a pick? No. I like Luis Diaz as a pick for this week. Best four midfielders for a free hit this week. Cunha, Evan Nielsen, Isaac up front. The 4 best midfielders for a free hit this week. Diaz, Salah, Kluivert, Barnes. Yeah. I think that's what I'd go for in the midfield. Best Sessegnon replacement. Robinson. But if you're on a free hit, I wouldn't be looking at those two. I don't know if Barnes will start. Do you not think so? I might pick between him and Murphy. Ah, okay. Yeah, Murphy's probably the safer bet for that right-hand side, but if Barnes does start, it's normally the sub pattern that Murphy goes off, Barnes goes to the right, and Gordon goes to the left. Leno or Pope on free hit this week, then I can get rid of a Newcastle defence. Yeah, I'd have a double up on Newcastle defence of Pope and Livramento Trippier. Can I see? I'll have a little look, Brez. I'm not sure if it'll come up on my thing, because I don't know if I've got tags on for my Twitter. I think it's the perfect game to ease Gores and into it. Yeah, that would make sense to start them from the off. It depends how they kind of go about the lineup. I don't really know what they're going to do with sort of Murphy and that. I'll have a little... So just to clarify, you prefer double Newcastle over double Fulham? Yes, I definitely do. I like Newcastle double up on free hits much better. Yeah, Brez, I can't see anything on this. Wildcard, Nico. You want a defender for 4.9. I'd probably go on a wildcard, Nico Williams from Forest. Keep Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes kind of stinks, but he's okay as an FPL asset if Manchester United decide to pull the finger out the arse. But I doubt they're gonna do that if they've got better competitions to focus on. The Premier League is very well dead and buried for that team. Same as Spurs. That's why I'm hoping that Salah can dominate Spurs this week, because they're going to probably play some kids. Nico Williams, Milenkovic or Sessegnon. Nico Williams. On a wildcard, Nico Williams. Which out of Trippier and Livramento would you take out and replace with who? If I was going Pope and goal and I needed another Newcastle defender, Livramento is going to be very popular, but I still think he's a good option. If you want a more risky player who is on set pieces, I like Trippier. So there is upsides to both. Livramento is the safer pick, though, if you want a less minutes risk player, because Trippier will probably come off a little bit earlier. Not very early, though, like towards the end of the fixture. I'm not free hit this week, and I have 10 players and no free transfers left. -4 to get Munoz or Saka out. I'll take Munoz out for a -4. Nico Williams, Milenkovic or Sessegnon to start. Nico Williams this week. Look, if you're on a wild card, Nico, Sessegnon isn't going to be a great pick for the rest of the season. He's just going to sit on your bench. So you're going to want players that are available to play and have good fixtures towards the end of the season. Forest players definitely have that. How are we, George, mate? You doing good, brother? Should I sell Sessegnon? If you've already got him on your wild card, just keep a hold of him, I would say. I don't know who's in your team already, but, questions about these players. If you're on a wild card, the problem with wild cards and you're doing loads of transfers all at once is your transfers actually calculate towards your rank at the end of the season. So really be sure of your moves you're making before you do the transfers on a wild card. Anyways, the team is Kepa, Colwill, Trent, Aitnori, Sessegnon, Murphy, Barnes, Salah, Iwobi, Diaz, Isak, Wood, Cunha. I like the squad. Kepa, Colwill, Trent, Aitnori. Is this a free hit, Brez? Is this a free hit? I can't find it on my Twitter for some reason. I don't know why. Unless I have to go on this page. Posts. Reply. Yeah, I really don't know why that's not working. But I'm not on a free hit this week. Mate, that is a free hit. Ah, right, okay. How are you feeling about Iwobi, Brez? Because I'm personally not too keen on him. But I know other people are going ahead and picking him. I'm now rocking Pope, Aitnori, Livermento, Robinson, Clivert, Diaz, Salah, Palmer. Looks all good. Yeah, I like it. I like Diaz on a free hit, you know. Nico on TikTok says, sells Nico, Aitnori, Trent, Iwobi, Salah, Bowen, Luis Diaz, and Buemo, Cunha, Isak. Yeah, that's a nice team. Clivert / Murphy is a tough choice. Yeah, it is quite tough. If it's a free hit you've got, it's probably Clivert, innit? Feels like Iwobi does something every week, mate. The problem with Iwobi, if we look at it seriously, like, right, where's points scored? So 8 and 13 has been the last hauls he's gotten so far. He's had an assist as well. I said hauls, points, I mean attack and returns. He also had a points in 28. Apart from that, it's been a massive drought since game week 21. That all the way up here till 28 he got an assist. Then obviously a nice haul against Liverpool. And then a goal against Chelsea. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. You've gone on stats, not form. Yeah, it's called form. Yeah, I don't know if Iwobi's in red hot form. I think Murphy's in red hot form. You can absolutely go for Iwobi. I think it's a great pick this week against a bad side, but I'm just not too. I'm not too keen on him personally. Truth me, but anyway, I have double Newcastle defence and Isak, so no room for Murphy, yeah. Yeah, I'm just not too keen on him. That team is horrendous, lad. Cheers, brother. Leno, Sessegnon, Aitnori, Trips, Salah, Diaz, Palmer, Clivert, Isak, Cunha, Jimenez. I have Trent on the bench. Don't know whether to start him over. Ooh, that's an interesting one because Trent, I think, is a really good differential player you could get in this week. I'd go maybe over Sessegnon. Who should I swap out for Palmer? It depends what strategy you're on. If you're not on free hit, I'd just keep a hold of him until next week. If you're on a free hit, you can pretty much just go crazy with who you want. I like Newcastle midfielders, obviously. Wood, Wissa, or Cunha on wild card. On a wild card, I'd probably go Wissa. Trent predicted the start. I think so. I'll double check that. I'm pretty sure he is. Where's? Oh no, Bradley's predicted the start. That's interesting. Yeah. Bradley's predicted the start actually, so you know take that how you want, but I was expecting Trent, to be honest. I'm on a free hit. Who would you swap out for Palmer? If you're on a free hit, you could just go keep Palmer, but you know if you've got players like Clivert in your team, Diaz, I think, is a good option as well. Salah, obviously. If you're looking for that fifth midfielder, you could go ahead and go a Newcastle midfielder. But Palmer's not a bad option if you really like it. Yeah, Georgia, you could go ahead and just keep Sessegnon there. Trent isn't predicted at the start. Bradley is, so yeah, I would maybe just stick with him. Thanks, mate. No worries, Freddie, man. Yeah, I think Sessegnon playing on that right wing is a really great option. I just think his minutes could be tanked a bit by Harry Wilson and Traore in the squad. I think he's still a great pick, though. Kirkes or Bruno? I would be tempted by Kirkes, you know. I would be tempted by Kirkes this week. I just think United have absolutely nothing to play for. Absolutely nothing. They want to rest players as well. This is the only thing with free hits. There's just so many options. I end up changing my mind 20 times before the deadline. It's so hard free hit. It really is, because you can pick any combination of players. Best Bruno Fernandes replacement. If you're not on a free hit and you're just doing transfers, Bruno Fernandes replacement, I'd probably go Jared Bowen. Should I sell Trent Alexander-Arnold? If you're not starting them on your wildcard, Nico, I would just get rid of him. I think I'm going to captain Jacob Murphy. Good luck, Will. Hopefully Palmer bags a hat-trick today. Yeah, I can safely say he won't bag a hat-trick today. I've owned him since game week. Well, I've owned him for a long time, and he's been absolutely dreadful, but I'm stuck with him. I think he's a decent option, though, at this ownership level. Why have I got to do this thing? Verification complete. Brilliant. Thoughts on triple Newcastle attack and go Alisson or Leno and Sessegnon, Aït-Nouri, or someone like Cucurella at the back? Yeah, Trent apparently isn't predicted to start Brez, which is a bit of a shame for some people. Triple Newcastle attack, I don't know if I like it that much because of Gordon. Gordon kind of ruins things for me in terms of people's minutes. It's like Murphy, Barnes. They're both at risk of Gordon taking minutes. I think Murphy should get minimum one return. Yeah, I think he's pretty decent. Why is everyone captain Salah? Because it's Mohamed Salah. Nah, I think he's a great option this week for captaincy. Is Cunha starting? He's predicted to start, yeah, mate. He's predicted to start. I don't know how his minutes are going to look in the second half, though. Does Bowen get double game week if Forest gets through? If Forest get through, I can't remember. I think it is if Forest win their fixture. They'll double with West Ham. Yeah, that's right. You're right, 100%. Honestly, considering Alisson. Alisson's a decent pick. He's a really decent pick. So tempted to go Sessegnon over Robinson. Look, he's playing right wing against Southampton. Harry Wilson and Traore on the bench. I think that indicates an early sub. Obviously, that's game state dependent completely. But Sessegnon is a decent pick. 100% it's a decent pick. Look, even an early sub might benefit the Fulham squad. They might, have, 2-1-0 goal lead. Sessegnon comes off, and then they concede, and then you're up with Sessegnon. You never know. You really never know. If City win, who doubles? Bournemouth and City. Is Sessegnon predicted to start? Yes, he's predicted to start. Yeah, on that right-hand side, which I still think is crazy, but yeah, he's predicted to start, man. Start Palmer or Diaz? Diaz, I'd go for. Start Virgil van Dijk or Cucurella. I'd probably go Virgil van Dijk. He's probably the safer option. Cucurella is really great, though. A lot of people sleep on Cucurella. He's really good. Diaz or Mbeumo. On a free hit this week, Diaz. In general, Mbeumo. Why is my timer wrong on YouTube? Good luck, Ollie, mate. Cheers for coming by, man. Palmer or it will be on a free hit. Ooh. I'd probably go... I'd probably go Iwobi because Palmer is just not that great. But Palmer's probably the safer pick because it's just called Palmer. But yeah. Gone from Leno to Alisson. Took Trent out of my squad for Cucurella. Say, George, you've done this, but I guarantee in a few minutes you're going to want to change it. There's just so many options. There's too many options on free hit. If anything, I'm glad I'm not on a free hit this week because this seems stressful for you guys. This seems so stressful. Pope, Burnate, Nori, Robinson, Salah, Bruno, and Mbeumo, Diaz, Clever, Salah, Isaac, Cunha. Yeah, I don't mind that, Cammy. I don't mind that. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Try 10. Cunha starting. He's predicted to start. Yeah. Right. I've reset the timer on YouTube there. That should help us. Should I buy McAllister and sell Trent Alexander-Arnold? No. McAllister's not the guy, man. Iwobi or Diaz. Want a decent differential. I think Diaz is probably the better pick than Iwobi this week, regardless of differential or not. You just want to pick the player who's going to get the most points. Diaz is the guy. Ops on Kepa as the keeper. Against United, he's probably got a decent chance at a clean sheet. Maybe a few shots from Bruno outside the box. It could be a decent keeper this week. Should I sell Trent? He's not predicted to start, Nico, so I'd maybe look at someone else. Brighton Mac 10 was elite FPL. George, your FPL knowledge has just got you mod, bro. Let's give George mod, because that is unbelievable. Yeah, George, you're now standard moderator for the channel because that is crazy. That is crazy FPL knowledge, bro. Mac 10 was so elite on FPL, man. Yeah, Mac 10, Matoma, crazy. Barnes captain, you could go ahead and captain Barnes. I think he's look. The problem with Barnes is Gordon exists, and for captain, you're probably going to want someone who's a bit safer than that. But if you really feel like he's going to get a lot of minutes, you could go from best Trent replacement on a wild card for you, bro. Look at sort of a Forest defender to have in your team, because I really think they'll do well towards the end of the season. Yes, now, yes, George boy. And when Jack Parslow comes in chat, we'll give him mod as well. Anyone who's a regular, Brez, he's regular. When Brez comes back, I'll give him mod too. I'm on wildcard. Any players to must get in? Toby, definitely consider having sort of Isaac, Salah, Bowen. I think they're pretty decent. And Mbeumo on a wildcard, Wissa on a wildcard, I think is pretty decent as well. Website says Amelia, this is Fantasy Football Hub. So using their planning tool right now. I have Milenkovic and Nico. A double up probably isn't necessary. You could have Chris Wood on a wild card as well. Feel like I've only got Palmer in because he takes up price. But also Everton without Tarkowski. Yeah, without Tarkowski is a pretty interesting one. Just checked, and I've got the exact same squad as Let's Talk FPL. Yeah, I'm cooked. Yeah, bro, you're cooked, man. Apart from the fact he has triple captain Ben me. I knew it was coming at some point on stream. It's every stream, Orange Apple. Oh. Yeah, Nico, I don't know how you're going to go about your wildcard, but I don't think double Forest defence is 100% necessary. But if you want one of them, Mikolenkovic is the safer one. Yeah, I've sold my Arsenal defender this week in Saliba. Don't think they're going to do too well towards the end of the season now. Does Trent start? He's predicted to not start, but I don't think he's a bad option. Overthinking it some more. Would you guys start Jimenez or Murphy? Or Raul Jimenez or Jacob Murphy is so difficult. Do you know what? Murphy's probably got higher ceiling in FPL. Yeah, I don't know. That's hard. But bro, there's gonna be more mods than just you, Orange Apple. We've gotta respect the regulars, the OGs of the FPL Mogs YouTube channel are gonna get mod. Hear me out. Sell Trent to Agbadu and sell Nico to Kirkers and the Iwobi to Alanga. I don't mind that on a wild card. I really don't. Alanga in. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Triple captain who? I wouldn't triple captain anyone this week. If I was you, I have Jacob Murphy and Harvey Barnes. I've got no more free transfers, and I'm not taking -4s for them two players, sadly. But I like the idea on the picks, bro. Just under an hour to go now. Oh my goodness. I'm getting hot. Aina, Nottingham Forest will be play. I don't think so, no. I think it'll be Nico Williams in that position. Luis Diaz or Embuemo. This week, Luis Diaz. I'm the only mod in the village. Cunha captain. Personally, I don't think Cunha captain's the best captain this week. Toby. Yeah, Little Britain's crazy. I love Little Britain. Same with Come Fly With Me. Come Fly With Me is hilarious. Sell Alanga too. I would have Alanga on the wild card. Nico. Clivert or Diaz. This week I'd probably go Diaz. Diaz is a class player on a free hit, in my opinion. Come Fly Me is goated. Come Fly Me is so goated. I could just sit and watch clips of it all day. I've had the FPL deadline from hell. It all started when Pete activated his free hit. Sorry, Judith. Come Find Me is goated, man. Thoughts on Taj Mansour on free hit this week? That is so good. I'm actually just going to take a picture of that comment from my best mate because he absolutely loves Come Fly With Me. That is hilarious, man. Oh, where's Joseph? Let's get him on this. Joseph. There he is. Kirkes or Agbadu. On a wild card, I'd probably go Kirkes with the off chance they do double. He's going up against Ian Foot, though. We both know they have a history. Oh, yes. Ian Foot is relentless. Isak or Salah captain? Salah for me. I think he's the one. Yeah, my mates are absolutely creased at you two, Orange Apple and George. Absolutely creased at you. Why is my green screen all messed up on there? There we go. Yeah, but Taj Mansour was born in Bradford and his parents were born in Sheffield. Ian Foot's immigration policy is the same as his defending ideology. If in doubt, get it out. That's the one. That's what you got to do in defence. You just got to get it out, man. Sell Cunha, says Nico. On a wild card, I don't think I'd have Cunha. Not this week. Ian Foot was on a 3-game ban for failing his drug tests. Oh yeah, when he took all that all that coke. Strand Larson or Cunha? I'd probably go Strand Larson this week. Must not have seen that. Yeah, he gets like someone comes in and obviously trying to smuggle something. And I think he tries it out to see if it's like pure cocaine or something like that, and it obviously is. Flylo FC must be kind of bare bones this week. Oh god, absolutely bare bones. Sal Cunha for Strand Larson. I think I prefer Strand Larson this week to Cunha on a wild card. But on a wild card, I don't think I'd have a Fulham forward, Wolves forward. Can't believe they appointed Tommy as a manager. He can't write, so filling out the team sheet must be an issue. Yeah, he's also scared of heights, isn't he? Shah, will he be okay? Shah should be okay this week, yeah. Fabian Shah should be okay this week. Oh, that's better for me, green screen. There we go. Someone's going to stand behind him going, press Taj Mansour. Press milkshake. Can see. Can I captain Isak or Cunha? Yes, you can do that. My mate's paparazzi. Bloody hell. All this comply with me stuff's hilarious, man. I might just rewatch a bit after the stream before the matches. Who would be a better forward to captain, Isak or Cunha? Isak. Isak this week for me. $45 to go. 45 to go. I'm going to skip forward a bit on my team and have a little plan ahead. Should I buy Shah and buy Ndiaye over Cunha? I wouldn't buy Ndiaye over Cunha. So next week, that would be the squad. And then if we know that Evan Nielsen plays, I'd probably keep him in, actually. How are we doing, Jack? What are you saying, brother? Who would be a good back three for this game week? Pope, Livermore or Trippier. Robinson ain't Nori. That's probably who I'd go for. And then Robinson could switch with Sessegnon as well. Just whether I start Jimenez or Murphy. Yeah, I think that's the sort of your only problem now, George. Between those two, it's difficult though, isn't it? Because, like, you're going to get more points from a midfielder and Murphy. He is in form. Jimenez, though, is going to be playing a full 90 without Muniz as sort of a player to combat. It's odd. I don't know who I'd go for. Best triple captain. I wouldn't triple captain this week. It's a complete coin toss. I would agree. Semedo or Livramento, says Dan. This week, Livramento. Spurslaw, how you doing, bro? Livramento start or Trippier. Let's Livramento or Trippier. Trippier for the set pieces, although he is more expensive. And Livramento a bit cheaper and might get a bit more minutes than Trippier. Trent or Sessegnon. I'd probably go Sessegnon. Isak, Barnes, Murphy, triple up. Ooh. Yeah, he could do that. I just don't know where Gordon fits into the Newcastle lineup. Why not Cunha? I don't want Cunha. Livramento or Trippier. If I had to pick right now, Livramento's probably the safer pick. Riskier, Trippier. I think I'm just going to leave my team as is now. It's the same as Left Start FPL, and he's know what he's talking about. Unlike you, Mogs, who tells me to triple captain Louis Todd every week. Yeah, I think your team's pretty solid, Orange Apple, innit? Why Agbadou? Because he was the replacement for Saliba, which allowed me to get Mbuemo this game week. You think Sessegnon will get more than 70 minutes? I think he will get 70 minutes. It's game state dependent, of course. You could sort of argue that if they're sort of struggling to get goals past, Harry Wilson, Traore might come in a bit earlier, but no, I think 70 minutes is a good target for Sessegnon. Murphy or Barnes? Probably Murphy. Thoughts on Cucurella on free hit, says Jack. On a free hit, I don't mind it. Cucurella is really an underrated pick. George's doing the Agbadou chant. It's actually a really good chant. I like the Agbadou one. Start Robinson or Sessegnon. I'd probably risk it and go Sessegnon, but Robinson is safer. Thoughts on Welbeck? Good option this week. What's the appeal on Cucurella? He's a really great asset in FPL. If Chelsea can keep goals out, Cucurella normally does really well. Bowen or Mbuemo. Depends on a free hit or not, bro. If you're on a free hit, I'd probably go... To be fair, yeah, on a free hit, I'd probably go Bowen. Not on a free hit, I'd probably go Mbuemo. But they're both really good toward the end of the season anyway. Raul or Cunha? Raul. Best captain on free hit, Salah. How's my back five? Livramento, Sessegnon, 8, Nori, bench, Kirkes and Cucurella. Good. I like that. Bowen will score this week. I just think he's a bit of a boring player to have. I think he's quite exciting to have, just because of his ownership level. George Kent has just messaged me saying you play badminton as a hobby. I'd remove a mod from that, but that's just me, guys. Reckon Cunha starts? I think he starts, but I think he comes up early. Raul or Welbeck on free hits, Jack. On a free hit. I'd probably go Raul. I really like Welbeck though. When should I triple captain? I'd wait for game week 36 now. Start to Lucio, Embuemo, or Barnes. I'd go Barnes and Embuemo. Leno or Pope? Pope for me. Pope for me. Opinions on Diaz captain as differential. Ooh. I mean, as a differential, you could go ahead and do that, but I do think Salah gets more points, making him a better captain. Clivert or Iwobi? Very easy. I'd go Clivert. I don't rate Iwobi that highly. Obviously, he's had a really great season, but that's as a football player. Orange Apple just messaged me saying he once went to Spain on holiday, got bored, took the pedal out, went to Africa. Seems illegal. I think it seems illegal as well. I think we've got to keep an eye on him. Trent's minutes this week, it's going to be difficult to call whether he starts or not. If he doesn't start, obviously his minutes aren't going to be good, but if he does start, I think he'll get past the 60-minute mark for a clean sheet. It is Spurs, though. Spurs can score goals. Obviously, they are a bit shit, though. Apologies for saying that, Spurs law, but they aren't too great at the moment. You just got to pray that they win the Europa League over United. Trippier or Livramento? Livramento's the safer pick, but Trippier's the riskier one on set pieces. Yeah, Spurs law, if it's any consolation, I hope that you win the Europa League. I really do. Gonna go make some breakfast, lads. Have a good one. You too, George. Lovely to have you in stream, of course. Welcome to Mod. Who should I triple captain in game week 36? Just wait for the fixtures to be confirmed for game week 36, and then we can talk about it at that point. But it's probably going to be a City player, I would guess, or Forest player. Depends who wins. I don't know. We'll see. Who do you go for? Who do I go for what, brother? Is Bournemouth players needed this week? I think Bournemouth players should be looked at this week, Jack, yeah. Obviously, I've not got free hit, so, ignore mine. Favourite team? Sunderland. Sunderland's my favourite team. Yeah, Bournemouth players on free hit, I think, are pretty decent this week. George Kent has just messaged me saying he dresses up as Precious from Come Fly With Me on weekends. It's 2025, mate. I'll probably give that a miss. Yeah. It's a risky game, that one. What website is that? That is Fantasy Football Hub. No Barnes, not for me, Hamza. I'm not on free hit, bro. Got no paper cups? Yeah, we ain't got no paper cups. I don't even know how we started on Come Fly With Me, but it's been good fun. Here in Australia, we have an egg shortage. What about you guys? Yeah, we're fine on eggs, bro. We're fine on eggs. I don't know what's going on with eggs in Australia, but I hope it gets better, man. 8 Nori captain. Sammy, you're risky, man. That's risky. Will Shah play it? I think he will, Dev, yeah. Rank for me is 235k. So we're getting there. I want to get 100k this season, but it's going to be difficult. I'll have to make up sort of 5 points on sort of average rank each week. And this week's going to be a bit difficult. Just because it's sort of free hit week for a lot of people. Hey, how we doing, man? Isaac, Cunha, Raul, Salah, Diaz, Barnes, Murphy. Any improvements? I like that. I like that a lot. Are you going to Wembley for playoff smokes? Yeah, if we get there, I'll be there. I'll be there. Not too long away now, actually, is it? Really? Just the end of May, it's going to be up. When did you play your free hit? I played my free hit in game week 15. I think I had 9 players playing, so I went ahead and played my free hit then. Did okay on it, wasn't groundbreaking. And I don't think free hit teams look too different to my team, in all honesty, so I'm okay that I've used it at that point. I accidentally used my transfers and forgot to wildcard chip
and submit it, can I, after that. You can put your I think any transfers this week that you've made, if you click your wildcard, I think it cancels it out. Cunha, question mark? What's the question? Cunha, is he a good pick? Yeah, I think he's okay. Evan Nielsen or Raul? Raul this week, I'd go for. Who do you reckon is better pick out of Murphy or Barnes? Murphy. I'd probably go for over Barnes this week. You reckon he starts? I think Cunha starts, yeah. I think his minutes will be reduced, though. Here in the UK, we get shown adverts about how the UK is going downhill because people haven't eaten enough Weetabix. Marketing genius, yes. Sar, sells, Pope, or Leno? Sells. Because you are on a wild card, Nico. If you weren't on a wild card, I'd say Pope. Nicholas Pope. Isaac or Salah captain? Thoughts and reasons, please, mate. No worries, James, I will do so. I think they're both very close. But Salah, I think, gets more FPL points this week because obviously he's listed as a midfielder. But I still think he does better than Isaac this week. You've got the chance to win the league at Anfield. You're against Spurs, who are going to be saving players for the Europa League semi-final. I think Salah's a really great pick this week, but both of them are pretty good. Percentage on Barnes starting. I think Barnes does start, but I think Gordon can easily come on. Non-free hit team is actually looking pretty strong, Mogs. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. I'd change Dunk out, definitely. Could very easily get more points than me this week. Yeah, you never know, but I think free hit definitely wins out this week over me. Evan Nielsen or Raul? Raul. On a free hit, though, I'd probably go Evan Nielsen. On a wild card, though, Nico, I'd probably go Evan Nielsen. Yeah, if I had to make changes to this team, if I had one more free transfer, I think I'd remove Lewis Dunk and go someone else like Sessegnon or Robinson or something like that. But we'll see what happens. Dunk's been absolutely awful for me since game week 30 wildcard. I wish I picked someone else other than Brighton defence, but that was what happened. Cucurella or Sessegnon? This week, I'd probably go Sessegnon with the fact he's probably going to be starting right wing. Cucurella, though, very underrated pick. Evan Nielsen or Raul on a wild card? I'd go Evan Nielsen over Raul on a wild card. You've got the potential chance of a double, so I don't think it's that bad of a shout. Cunha or Strand Larsen? I'd go Strand Larsen personally. Bro just said I'm Captain Salah because he's going to get more points. Classic Mogs. Look, that's the decision, man. I'll give my reasoning as well, so that's good enough for me. -4 to 8 Nori, depends who you sell him, but obviously he's got a good fixture this week. I'm back and still panicking on who to captain. It's every week, Will. Every week we have panics about captaincy here. But yeah, it's a tough call. Isaac and Salah are obviously the better picks this week. I would enjoy Salah to do something this week, by the way, because Salah has been an absolute waste of space recently. But yeah, I think Salah will score more points this week than anyone else. In my squad, anyway. Kluivert or Elanga on a wild card? Elanga on a wild card I'd go for. On a wild card, I'd have Bowen, I'd have Elanga in the midfield as well. I'd have Mbeumo in the midfield as well as Salah. Thoughts on Sunderland free-range egg shortage mode? Oh, it's an absolute nightmare, mate. It's an absolute nightmare. What can you do, though? What can you do? Kirkes or Nico on a wild card? I'd probably go one Forest defender and not Kirkes. Howson or Trent to put on bench? I'd probably bench Trent. He's predicted not to start, apparently. If you want to risk it, though, I don't mind Trent. It's just, who knows? Who knows if he's going to start? If I buy Nico, I will bench him. That's completely fine. If you're on a wild card, you're going to want players on your bench who are good for the future. Potter as manager, I like that, yeah. Predict a Villa Palace game for the FA Cup. Villa. Kirkers or Nico or Howson on a wild card. Nico would be the one. Virgil, Trippier, Aitnori, Sessegnon. What about them, my friend? What about them? I do think they're good picks, though, if you just want to know if they're good picks. Oh. Moogs defo thinks I'm tripping on MDMA every stream. I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. It would probably help with the stress of FPL. Or it might make you insane. Who knows? You'd need a calming one. You need like a research chemical one that like makes you do all the numbers really good in your head. Lovely. I am pretty hungry. Dunk, Howson, Kirkes, or Pedro Porro or Robinson. Probably Howson or Kirkes. Jimenez on bank or substitute in team. What do you mean, brother? I'd start Jimenez if you have him, if that's the question. Kirkes or Howson? Probably Kirkes. I have Isaac, Cunha, Salah, Diaz, Murphy, Barnes, Iwobi. Ah, right. I'd play Jimenez over Iwobi. Final thoughts on Wood or Raul? This week, I'd go Raul. Is Chalobah starting? We don't know who's starting just yet, Ben. If you want to look at predicted lineups, we can do, though, if that helps. There you go. There's a predicted lineup for Chelsea, Ben. Trent Alexander-Arnold or Sessegnon this week. I'd start Sessegnon. Stick with Mbeumo or go differential instead. Salah, Diaz, Barnes, Mbeumo, current midfield. Mbeumo or a differential. I'd probably go ahead and look potentially at a Bournemouth midfielder instead of Mbeumo. Obviously, Forest is a really good team at home. I think it's going to be tricky. I've obviously got them in for the future weeks because I'm not on free hit, if you haven't noticed. Thoughts on Jackson as a differential? I like Jackson as a differential. Whether he gets going this game is going to be difficult because he hasn't been able to get going in recent fixtures. I do think he's a decent punt, though. Can we see the predicted lineup for every team? You don't need it for every team, but for the big teams, I can definitely show that. Clivert or Bowen. This week I'd go Clivert. There's the Bournemouth lineup. Obviously, the big ones are predicted to start, like Kirkes, Clivert, Semenyo, Evan Nielsen. Captain pick for me, Salah. Got Brentford's. Obviously, Wisser and Bremer were the big ones. No one really owns any other Brentford assets, do they? It's not like a popular kind of thing. Brighton's. Kepa or Pope. Says starts. I think he'll start on the right wing. Yeah. Got Chelsea's lineup. Isak captain? No Salah for me. Kirkers or Milenkovic? Milenkovic I'll probably go for. Yeah, there's the Fulham lineup for those who were looking about Sessegnon this week. Oh, there's Liverpool one. Bradley obviously predicted the start there. United. Newcastle. And Forest. I don't think anyone else is really worth looking at. Spurs, maybe. Obviously. West Ham as well. There's the Chelsea one. Kirkes or Ain't Nori. On a wild card, I'd probably go Kirkes. Brighton, question mark. Fulham. Keep it on Brighton a second. Fulham. Hello, mate. What do you think as Bowen is a bit of a differential? It depends on your chip strategy this week, but I think Bowen's a good pick regardless in any chip strategy. I've got him in my team. Yeah, I like Jared Bowen. Locked in team: Pope, Trippier, Ain't Nori, Sessegnon, Palmer, Salah, Diaz, Clivert, Raul, Isak, Cunha. Thoughts? Any more changes? And I'm going to go insane. I like the team. I like the team. Should I have Sessegnon? He'll be playing right wing against Southampton. Be pretty decent. He'll be pretty decent this week. I quite like him. Will Jimenez start? Yes. Should I go -8 to have a full team? Depends who you'd be selling. But you could do so to get a full 11. Kirkes or Ain't Nori to start. To start this week, you go Ain't Nori. Salah, Isak, Murphy captain. Salah for me. Salah for moi. What do you think about Matoma on free hit? Matoma on free hit's a bit differential, but I think it's a decent pick, mate. I think it's a decent pick. The only issue with it, though, is you're against Wan-Bissaka if you're Matoma, and I think Wan-Bissaka's a really good one-on-one defender. Would you sell Sarr on a -8? Yes, I would sell Sarr. I sold Sarr this week. Kirkes or Cucurella on a free hit? Ooh, on a free hit. That's a tough one, you know. On a free hit, I'd maybe go towards Cucurella. It depends what Chelsea turns up, though. That's the issue, man. United are pants as well. You know, pants. Yeah, I'd maybe on a free hit, I'd maybe go Cucurella. Murphy or Iwobi? Murphy. Oh, my leg's killing. Thoughts on free hit team of Leno, Trippier, Nori, Cucurella, Diaz, Salah, Murphy, Palmer, Isak, Cunha, Welbeck. I like that. Is Murphy a good? Is Bowen a good differential? Yes, he is. Yeah, Jack, I like the team a lot. I do. I really do. I'm trying to think of who I'd even change out of that, really. Leno as a goalkeeper, I'd maybe change to Pope, but it just depends on your preference on goalkeeper, doesn't it? Evan Nielsen or Strand Larson on a free hit. Free hit, I'll probably go Strand Larson. Evan Nielsen is a really good option, though. I do like my Evan Nielsen. Pardon me. 20 minutes. Feel like Fulham attackers, maybe the trap. Yeah, I think Fulham attackers are a trap. I think Sessegnon, obviously being a right winger, listed as a defender, is a pretty good shout this week. But I feel as though people who are going in Wobie, I think it could be a trap, definitely. Obviously he could do really well. There is that chance, but yeah, I think other options could do better, which is probably why I'm advising or saying I don't like it as much. Minte or Matoma? I'd probably go Matoma over Minte. Kluivert or Diaz on a free hit? I'd probably go Diaz. Sessegnon starting, it would seem he would be predicted to start, yeah. Barnes or Murphy? Murphy for me. Just because if Gordon does start, he'll be on that left. Murphy will be on that right, surely. The stress of a free hit for those who are on it is too much. I couldn't do it. Murphy or Barnes? Murphy. I went from having 3 Fulham players to not trusting them at all and having 0 now. If I was on a free hit, I'd probably have 1 or 2. I'd probably have Raul and... Well, would I even have Raul? I probably would have Raul. I don't know. I haven't thought about it too much because I'm not on a free hit personally. But I would have at least 1 Fulham player, I feel. Probably Sessegnon or Raul. Kluivert, Elanga, Neto, Andreas Bergvall, or Barnes to buy. Ooh, Elanga, Kluivert. Those players are the best out of those. That's when I would see it. What is the website called? Noah, this is called Fantasy Football Hub. Diaz or Mbuemo for a free hit. Diaz, I'd go for on a free hit. That's my preferred player for a free hit. Mbuemo for the rest of the season, though. But that doesn't matter on a free hit. Last week my team was shit, and this week it is so good. I would hope so, because it is a wild card, brother. Now, hopefully your team's great at Nico, and it can get you back up and rank for the last few games. Should be really good, though. It should be really good. Strand Larson or Cunha? Strand Larson for me. Barnes or Murphy? Murphy. I could not get Marmouche in my team. Oh, you're going to want Marmouche in your team, bro. Definitely going to want Marmouche in your team. Especially if you're on a wild card. It's double up on Wolves. Attack for free hit. Risky. I wouldn't have Cunha and Strand Larson, if that's the question. I'd have one of them. I think they're both good options, but I would just have the one. Marmouche next week, I have him on my bench. Ah, right, I seen. Yeah, you're definitely going to want him in your team at least, Nico. That's good. Good idea. Thoughts on O'Reilly against West Ham? The problem with O'Reilly is he's listed as a midfielder and he plays as a left back. A positive to O'Reilly is he does get very high and very involved and puts really good balls into some really good areas for some good players. However, oh wait, O'Reilly, what am I? No, he's not a left back. I'm thinking of O'Reilly from Man City, man. What am I on about? O'Reilly is a midfielder for Brighton. Bloody hell, there's too many players with the same name. O'Reilly, I think, is a decent shout. I do. Mega differential, of course. But yeah, decent. Cunha and Evan Nielsen or Welbeck and Strand Larsen. Cunha, Evan Nielsen. I'd probably go Cunha, Evan Nielsen. Welbeck and Strand Larsen, though, is very good. If I combine those two, I'd probably go Evan Nielsen, Strand Larsen, and Welbeck. But, yeah. Thoughts on the front three of Wood, Isak, and Cunha, captain on free hit. It's not bad. I think Isak's definitely the one to have there. Wood's an interesting one on free hit as well. Yeah, I don't mind it, Adam. Is Pope the best goalkeeping option on free hit? I would say yes. Mavidi on the bench, good or SHIT? I wouldn't have him personally. $15 to go, fellas. 15 minutes to go. I should probably check that my team is set and ready. Tell you what, we'll leave it on this screen. There we go. What do you think about Vardy leaving? Maybe too odd in Norway. Yeah, Vardy leaving's a bit of a shock to the Leicester fans, isn't it? I do think he'll go somewhere. He's not retiring, is he? So I don't know. I don't know if Leeds will look at him as an option for when they come up, but they're probably going to look at other people than Jamie Vardy, aren't they? Yeah. Bit of a legend of the game. One of my favourite players. I'm waiting on your YouTube shorts again when Palmer does nothing. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. Hopefully he does something. I can do a good one. But yeah, I'll try to do a few meme type things today. Alisson or Pope? Pope this week. I can't wait for Ipswich to score in the first minute and just ruin all of our teams. I hope Ipswich stay firmly away from the goal. Do 707 subscribers. Lovely jubbly. Cucurella or Trent? This week, I'd go for Cucurella. Trent isn't predicted to start. -8 says Josh. Cliver, Semenyo or Bowen for a full starting 11. Clivert or Bowen it would be for me. I like Bowen till the end of the season. I'd go Bowen. And Mbeumo or Bowen? Till the end of the season, I'd probably go Mbeumo. On a free hit, I'd probably go Bowen. Would you take Vardy at Sunderland? It depends where. If we go up, maybe. It just really depends what kind of other business we do in the transfer window. Like, we've already got Elias Mayender and Wilson Isidore. Are they Premier League quality? No. Is Vardy Premier League quality? You can play every single week? Probably not. But then you've got the bench cover. I don't really know how we'd play it if we got up. It's going to be interesting if we do go to the Premier League. Sanchez and Sessegnon or Cucurella and Leno. I wouldn't have Sanchez, but I'd have Sessegnon. If you're asking for those two, I'd probably go Cucurella and Leno. Because I don't like Sanchez that much. I think Pope's a really good option. Is Pope better than any other Newcastle defender for a free hit? No, I would say Trippier and Livramento are better than Pope. Trent Alexander-Arnold or Milenkovic or Ain't Nori. Pardon me. This week I'd go Ain't Nori. Trippier, Doherty, Kudus, Barnes, Ain't Nori, Kirk. No, it's a 3 thing. Trippier, Doherty, Kudus, or Barnes, Ain't Nori, Kirkes. Trippier, Doherty, and Kudus I'll probably go for. Do you think Salah's the best cap or Isak? Salah for me. I think he's the best captain. Do you think Trent starts? He's predicted not to start. I don't know if he will or not. I really don't have too much of an opinion of it. I think he has a decent chance of starting, but Bradley, of course, is going to be the player who replaces Trent when he does go to Real Madrid. So it makes sense for him to get minutes whenever. Evan Nielsen or Welbeck on a free hit. I like Evan Nielsen a lot, but Welbeck, of course, a big differential. I think it's a good option as well. Trippier, Sanchez, or Pope Cucurella. Pope Cucurella. Gonna hop off, lad, but best of luck this week. Have a good one. You too, Orange Apple Man. Good luck for your free hit, bro. Start Trent or Kirkes this week. If you've got Trent, you'd probably risk it. Thanks, Sal. We'll probably go out and get Yamal. Yamal and FPL will be nuts. I think that Yamal is going to be a firm Barcelona player for the majority of his career, even though he's just a young'un right now. My hair's an absolute nightmare. Just sit. There we go. 10 minutes to the deadline, everyone. 10 minutes. What will you say if Yamal goes to Spurs? If Yamal goes to Spurs, I'll buy a shirt with Yamal on the back. That's never going to happen. I've seen all the things about it, and it's not going to happen. If that happens, that'll be the most insane thing to happen in football. One of the most, the massive youngsters of the sport going to probably one of the shitters in the Premier League. Would Sessegnon start? Yes, I do believe he'll start. Right winger against Southampton. It should be decent this week for him. Not long till deadline now, everyone. Not long. Not long. Robinson or Sessegnon this week? I'd probably go Sessegnon just as a bit of a, right winger attacking option. There we go. Best assistant manager this week. Probably look at players with good fixtures. So Wolves manager, Newcastle. Could look at maybe Bournemouth as well. Don't think United will do too well this week. Isak or Cunha captain. Isak over Cunha. Wonder if there's any news came out. Nothing crazy coming out on Twitter. Seeing if there's any Chelsea news coming out, but there's nothing really to look at. Who should you have as assistant manager? Let me pull up the predicted points for assistant manager on Fantasy Football Hub here. So this is for this week alone. You're looking at Brentford having a good chance at table bonus. You got Eddie Howe with a good fixture. You got Arnie Slot with a good fixture. You got Amarin with table bonus. I do believe it's table bonus actually. But yeah, is Shah going to play? Yes, I think Shah's going to start. Yeah, there's a few options there for assistant manager. I personally would go Eddie Howe out of those. Double Newcastle defence or just one? I'd go double. I like double Newcastle defence. Captain Salah, Isaac or Cunha. Salah, I think, is the best. If you want a differential, go with any of those two options, though. That's completely fine. Praying that we have a good week again. Be me 8th green arrow in a row if we get a green arrow this week. Trust Palmer. I've got to trust him, sadly. I don't have the pleasure of a free hit, so I can't really remove him. Next week he could be going, though. Next week he could be. We'll have to wait and see. He might do well this week, who knows. I'm back. I've Captain Luis Diaz. Fuck it. Risk, bro, the risk. Now, if you're feeling it, bro, just go for it. Sessegnon defender to wing. Yes, Sessegnon should be playing on the right side. Orange Apple, I could say one thing that would instantly make you change your captain. Do you want me to say it? Do you want me to say it? Look, it's a differential. It could be massive, couldn't it? It is Spurs, though. Spurs are fucking shit. Spurs are absolutely crap. I'm captain Isak. Ipswich stink. Both Salah, Isak will do good. Isak better in my opinion. I think Salah's the better captain, but Isak's great as well. Don't get me wrong, Isak's great. Say it, lad, go on. What if Diaz doesn't start? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Watch the world burn now. I'm going to watch the chat burn. He is predicted to start, though, I think. So you just never know. You never know with him. That's all I want to say. I think he's good. I think he will start, and I think he will be really good. But, yeah. I'm chasing. Do I go Cunha or Strand Larsen? If you're chasing, I'll probably go Strand Larsen. Shooty Barnes keeps his place and his form. I would think so. Yeah, Orange Apple. I kind of just said that to make you panic a bit, but yeah. Luis Diaz is pretty to start. He will. How dare you? Yeah, I think he'll start as well. I just want to have a bit of laugh with you. Do you have an FPL league? I do. If you want the link to it, go to the YouTube live stream, go in the comments, and click the join thing. Watch your mate, I'm about to unmod myself. Don't worry, I have all the power here. I will unmod you. Hair in my mouth, look now. Jota to start. Is he predicted to start? Yeah, he is predicted to start. Jota's an interesting one. Jota's an interesting. I don't know who would be brave enough to go Jota, but Jota's an interesting one. What's the best differential to have on a free hit and chase? And the best differential to have, I believe... Ooh. I'll just get stick if I say it, but Nicholas Jackson, I think, is one of the better differentials. If you're massively chasing, I think he's decent. Yeah, Luis Diaz is captain. I don't think it's a bad shout at all on Chapel. Free hit and Buemo or Clivert. Clivert, best captain, Salah. Salaries are captain, Salah. I don't play... No, Orange Apple, stop. I don't play badminton on Wednesdays. No. Yo, bro, who's the best assistant manager this week? And I'll follow. Look, here we go, Luca. There is the predicted points for assistant managers this week. You could go table bonus. You could go with people who have a decent fixture. I'll let you decide, though, Luca, because it's your team. No, Jack, you haven't heard this. You haven't heard this. Oh, by the way, Jack, I forgot to do this before. You are indeed a moderator for the FPL Mooks YouTube channel now. I need to add you. There you go, bro. Much love. I'm going to go Eddie Howe. Completely fine with that, bro. Go ahead. Jason Rank, I might captain Palmer. Ooh. I don't know if I'd captain Palmer, but if you really fancy it, you know, you could do. Best assistant manager from game week 36 to game week 38. You're going to have to wait and see because we don't know who doubles yet. No talk, I'm feeling crazy. Oh, Ahmed's feeling crazy today, boys. 2 mods and 1 stream. What's Mogs playing at? You've got to respect the OGs of the FPL Mogs YouTube channel, man. You can always change your manager anyway. You can do, Luca. Yeah, you can do. Yeah, we've got to put some respect on the OGs of the channel. No worries, Chapman. Yeah, Ahmed, someone on YouTube has just called you a mad bastard for going Palmer captain, which I don't think's crazy. Crazy to say anyway. I mean, Captain Palmer's pretty crazy. It's got to be up there with one of the craziest picks this week I've seen. Any team leaks? I haven't seen any as of yet. And obviously we're very close to the deadline, so... I just didn't even realise the deadline was just about to go then. I looked away and I was like, has my team actually saved here? That could have been disastrous. Double Bournemouth attack, good or bad? I like it. And I like it. Well, that was a good stream and a stressful one for those who are on free hit. How are we all feeling though? We all excited for this game week? Orange Apple, did you stick to Luis Diaz captain? That's what I want to know. That's the main one I need to know right now. Did you stick with it? I'm chasing a 12-point lead, but I've got a free hit, wildcard, and bench boost. Do you reckon I can catch it? Yes, absolutely. If you've got all them cheap chips, Luca, you'll smash that. Absolutely, Luca. Absolutely, you've got that. Oh my god, Diaz is my captain. What have I done? Imagine having free blanket. I've sobered up to what I've done. Mate, just roll it out. It's fine. I may have gone Isaac. Are you live on YouTube too? I am, Luca. Yeah. I do a dual live stream for Deadlines. Feel free to go subscribe to the YouTube channel, Luca, if you really fancy it, you know. It's there for you. But yeah, Luca, I definitely think you'll catch with that, man. But you can wildcard... You could probably wildcard for 36. I'm trying to think of how you'd play it. You'd probably wildcard in 35. 36, you'd probably... I've arrived from TikTok. How we doing, brother? But yeah, you could definitely catch up on that lead, 100%. Thanks for the sub, man. Yeah, I'm cooked. Got to stop sniffing Galaxy Glass. That's a joke, YouTube. Your moderator anyway, they can't touch you. They can't get you. My 3 hit, Pope, 8 Norris, Trent, Iwobi, Salabans, Diaz, Isaac, Evan Nielsen, Cunha. Isaac captain, let's see. Let's go, H. I'm thinking a free hit, then wildcard into bench boost. I think the way around I would do it is... Well, it depends when you're free hitting. Wildcard before bench boost in 36, and then you could maybe free hit last day. Orange, that is mental, can't be saying that. Or Jack's mod, he's going to get you. He's going to get you. I'm 6 overall K. Is it possible to chase 1K? I would say it's possible. Obviously, it depends what kind of chips and strategy you got left, but I think it's possible. You know, some good picks, some differentials here and there. I think it's decent. Just in a goofy mood, Jack. My bad. Or Jack's mod now, though, bro. He's gonna get you. He's got the power within his body. What's the best weeks for bench boosting? I'd probably look at 36. Damn, you got very different. No subs is crazy. What if there's an injury? Yeah, could be an injury. Who knows? Yeah, I would have had to take a -4 to get a player on bench. And I don't think it's really that worth it. If there's an injury, there's an injury. I don't really mind. Everyone should start in this team anyway. Oh shit! Oh, this isn't a free hit. No, this is not a free hit. Palmer blanking. We'll see. We'll see. I see. Good team for a non-free hit. Yeah. It's not too bad. I'm 600k in the world for a reason. This ain't no game, little bro. This ain't no game. Is the deadline up? The deadline is gone. Palmer's been benched, mate. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? 1-0 Everton, you reckon, Ollie? I mean, I'm like 700k. I reckon you lads will get top 500k this season, 100%. No, he has been benched. Not maybe. Okay. I'm 7th in your FPL league. Let's go, bro. Let's see if you can get top 1. Surely not 36, though, because Liverpool, Arsenal, and Newcastle have Chelsea. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with the 36 doubles. 50k overall. Keep going. Keep going, world. Keep going. You reckon Cunha blank? No, I don't think so. Do. Is anyone doubling again? In 36 will be some doubles. Honestly, Orange Apple, I wouldn't even be bothered about that Diaz captaincy too much. I'd just go with it. It's going to be so fun. And it'll be a good game for it. Let's go. Rank Chasers will go rogue with Isak captain, surely. I don't think it's a rogue option. I think it's a decent option. I'm chasing rank and I've gone Salah because I think he'll get the most points. Just as a midfielder. FPL Focal or FPL Mate? What if I had to pick one, mate? I'd go. Look, they've both been really nice to me when I've spoken to them. FPL Focal has raided my streams a few times. FPL Mate puts me in some videos as well. Jack says FPL Mogs. Jack, you know the score. You know the score. Just go with it. I haven't got much choice. Just enjoy it is what I mean. Just enjoy the captaincy. Bowen or Semenyo? I mean, Bowen or Semenyo is a question that shouldn't be answered right now because the deadline has passed. However, I probably would say Bowen. Still got triple captain and bench boost. When shall I use triple captain in game week 36? Probably. Get this guy muted for 10,000 minutes. No, man, he's asked a good question there. Got to be FPL Focal second after Mogs for me. You know this. There we go. He's redeemed himself, mods. You can take the knife away from his throat. Salah or Barnes, Captain Salah. Yeah, this new sub's a baller. Right. Let's see if there's any team news. Bench boost and double game week 36. Maybe Wason one game week assistant manager, worth it or not. I'll be playing assistant manager in that game week, definitely. Yeah, no team news really popping out. Can you let me out of your basement now? Yes, I think we can. Captain Bowen trust. Deadline has passed. let's not get crazy with it now. It's a valid point, mate. We need to let him out of that basement. Here at the FPL Mogs channel, we run a dictatorship where you can't dispute anything the GOAT says. Or you can disagree with me all you want, guys. I don't really mind. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. Especially when they're just completely outlandish. We love an outlandish FPL opinion here. Like the Diaz captaincy. Let's go. The risk is gonna come in. Noah Fulham attack is wild. I'm not on a free hit, bro. There you go. Don't know why everyone thinks I'm on a free hit. How many points have I got overall? Yeah, there's that button there got clicked a while ago. Class team for no free hit. It's all right. It's all right. How many points overall? I don't know, but I'm 235k. Semenyo will bang versus United. I really hope he will. I triple captain Marmouche this week. This week. Oh my goodness. Who's your vice captain? I'm regretting not putting Evan Nielsen in now. Yeah, I think Evan Nielsen should do pretty decent this week. If you listen to me, you'd have a front three of Ben Mee, Taj Mansour, and Fat Pat. That sounds like a good front three, mate. What are you on about? Taj Mansour surely bangs. Need a bit of luck. Yeah, hopefully this week can be decent for a lot of people. Guardiola Vice, hoping he scores. Right, fellas, tell you what we'll do. I think we'll end stream there. We've had a good laugh this stream. I've enjoyed it. But, yeah, right. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everyone, this week. Whether you're on free hit, whether you're not, enjoy your game week. Obviously, Orange Apple massively enjoys that Luis Diaz captaincy. It's probably the most differential one I've seen on stream. But yeah, enjoy your week, guys. I'll catch you very soon on both YouTube and TikTok, of course. But yeah, see you later, folks. Let's hope the points flow in for everyone. See you later now.